What should you do when you feel the urge to pop your sternum? You just pop it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Barrookie. In today's video, I'm going to tackle the question, what should you do when you really feel the urge to pop your sternum and when you feel that the pressure is building up? The first thing I can say, you don't pop your sternum. The intro was just me trying to be funny. Before we get into what you should do, first let us get into what happens. I've already talked about this in a previous video, so if you want to skip to that, just go to this time here and you're good to go. So a great way I've seen this explained is with a bucket, and it's not my idea, but I'm just going to use it because it's very handy to understand what is happening. So let's say this handle here is our rib, right? So our rib would be positioned like this. Right? Now I'm talking about like these ribs that run here to your sternum. So this will be your sternum, this front point, the anchor point, and the back will be your back, okay, your spine. So what should happen is, normally this should move freely, right? So there's more movement in the back, a little bit less movement in the front. So that's a normal rib, let us say. But what happens, what I had with my sternum injury, is the back gets very tight. But when you move, all of the movement comes in front. So you get a lot of pressure here, a lot of wear, and this area gets inflamed. So this gets the need to pop because it wants to move freely, but it's stuck here behind. So what you do is you pop it, this one becomes a little bit loose, and then you're good to go. But the problem will still happen because in the back it's still tight. So what you want to do is, in order to free this area up and in order to put less stress on your sternum, what you need to do is you need to open up the back so everything can move freely as it is intended. If it's stuck in the back, the front will have to do more and will get inflamed and will hurt. So we really need to focus on the back. And I am not a physical therapist, so I can't really say that the things that I'm about to show you will work for you, but they certainly work for me. And you can always try to do them. They're not that dangerous. They're not even dangerous at all. Just try them out. I must say my sternum pain became from a bad posture, sitting too much like this, sitting too much in general, and just general inactivity. And then when I trained, I put a lot of stress on my sternum, and then it became worse. For me, that is how everything came about. When I trained, you move a lot in comparison to when you don't train, when you have your inactive life. That difference will be so big that your sternum gets inflamed even more, and then is when the problems start to happen, really. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's talk about what we can do to alleviate that pain. For me, the urge to pop my sternum always comes after a long period of sitting, or after I wake up in the morning, so when I have been inactive for a long time. And I can feel it in my sternum. I used to feel it in my sternum, now I only feel it at the back when I have been inactive. But actually, when I used to feel it in my sternum, I also felt it in my back. So there is some correlation there. What I do, that is the first thing, is when you have been sitting for a long period of time, is do like this. Just move your thoracic spine. You want to make sure that your hips stay relatively stationary, that only your thoracic spine is moving. And that's how you introduce movement, and that is how you can get the rib to loosen up again. I don't really rep this out, I do it by feeling. When I feel that it's getting looser, I say, okay, that's good. Got some movement in there, roll your shoulder blades down and forth, and just get everything moving again. Another thing is to really stretch open the upper back, and that is something you can do on any vertical bar that's about at shoulder height. So let me show you what I mean. So this thing is great because it has bars at every height. But what you really want to do is you want to find a comfortable height like this, shoulder height. You can always go down a little bit. And you're going to cross your arms and you're going to let yourself sag backwards and let your shoulders roll forward. Like this. And you can find that this area here, all these muscles will open up really hard. Like you're going to stretch everything open around your spine. And then you can move side to side with your hips. So you can attack one side more than the other. And then you lean into it. And sometimes it helps to just switch the side and really lean into it. And that's also a great way to open up your thoracic spine. And if you still haven't found a way to do it, you can always take a broomstick, go into a door handle or a doorway and just pull like this. Make sure that your broomstick is strong enough. They really help for me personally to open up my spine and to really find that mobility again. So if you have tried the other exercises that I showed on these videos and it didn't work, well, what you can do is always try these two and to see how much your thoracic spine opens up and how much the pain in your sternum lessens. So try these two out. Hope you liked this video. I hope you tried this one out, and leave a comment down below whether or not this helps for you or not. So please, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. See you next one. Peace! Obviously guys, these are all great fixes, but what you really need to focus on is to get your posture in check. Make sure that you live an active life